If you said Invincible was gonna be a fighting game at some point in the future, I would take a line. It's definitely something that I never had on my bingo card. It's the King J, back with another video. Invincible has a fighting game that got announced at the Xbox Games Showcase 2025. I'm shocked. I don't know really what to say. I haven't watched Invincible before. I know about a mini man from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, and I know about people talking about the Invincible show, right? But I have never watched it. Do I need to watch it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If that's the case, we might have to do like a little watch party or something like that. And I go through all the episodes. I don't know. But let's get into this trailer and see what's going on. I know it's going to be gruesome though. I've heard it's very gruesome.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Whoa. 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 Chaos, man just jumped into the chaos already. Quarter up. I don't know who quarter up is. Mini man.
No, Dad,
Whoa.
not even close.
Whoa. Raw. This is gruesome, boy. This is like some Kazuya versus Jin stuff in Tekken.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
This looks cold. So you're fighting his dad, yeah?
I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm...
Yo.
I trusted you!
Invincible wrestler, okay. Yo. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Man, this game is gory, boy. Bare blood, boy. Raw. Fatality, boy. That's kind of crazy still, man. I can't even lie to you. And the Xbox came out with some bangers. I can't even lie. That's a crazy one. I don't know. Like, I'm not, like I said, a big Invincible fan. I just know one or two things about it. I heard Rip, the commentator, is going to be doing he's going to be combat designer. You know, big up to him, man. I feel like a lot of people that have spent time with Tekken haven't really got any roles like that before. So it's interesting that he's kind of moved away from Tekken and he's been given a role. He's been given a job. I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely sick. Like, not in a crazy in a bad way, but crazy in a very good way. Like, I'm happy for him, and it just goes to show, you know, like there is other games out there that you can kind of like look at and just be like, all right, cool, you know what? Let me just move over to this and see what's going on. Hopefully, he can help with the balancing of the game. The game looks gruesome. I heard it's the people that made Killer Instinct that are behind this game. I don't know how true this is, but it sounds interesting, and I do want to hear and I do want to see more. Let me know if I need to watch this show, and yeah, we might watch something on stream. It's your boy King J signing out. We're on 100. I was about to say we're on 100K. We're not on 100K. We're nearly there. 99.6 thousand subscribers. We need your help. Obviously, the people that have been rocking with me, thank you very much for subscribing. You know, we're getting there, and I appreciate every single one of you lot watching. Take it easy, everyone. Peace. All right, so I just discovered this Invincible versus Studio Reveal and Behind the Scenes. And this has the likes of Maximilian, you know, one of the biggest fighting game content creators. It has Rip, and there's a few other people talking about the game. And it's like 12 minutes, so, you know, go check it out. See what's going on.
Yet?
Trusted you.
Ready to bleed?
Invincible is best suited for a fighting game, in my opinion.
Let's do this!
Like, damn, that's awesome. Hell yeah. These guys were able to execute lightning in a bottle in a way that I've never seen in the industry before.
All right.
I love this shit. It's so good.
Hey. So I just got life bars, like,
can't wait
okay.
for
Not life
fans
bars,
to play this game.
meter.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I love you, Eve. If you make me hurt you, I'm not holding back. My first impressions of playing Invincible Versus was a huge moment for me. Oh yeah. I've had a lot of like really cool experiences.
Cool
I've been
creator.
on sets and watched my comics get turned into TV shows. But to see the characters of Invincible in a fighting game, I don't know, it was so magical and so exciting. I cried.
Man said Invincible, a fighting game, you know, that's kind of crazy.
I think one of the key elements to Invincible, be it the comic or the show, is the insane and absolutely brutal fights. It's kind of our marquee thing, and we do these absolutely epic battles that you experience on your
Raw.
couch that hopefully are blowing you away. But this game is really the first time that you can actually experience these and feel them as you're living them. And to be honest, some
I'm
of the
not a
fights
fan of
in
like
game
the
can get kind of
like the
more
graphics,
intense than the things that we've
like
been able to
the
accomplish in the show, which
health
is
bar
really
and
exciting.
meter.
It's something that dials up the intensity of action, the intensity of violence, the intensity of combat. And to me, one of the most impactful things in the
Maximilian,
fighting
dude,
industry
fighting
is
game
progression.
broadcaster, creator,
And
you know.
that's the
Jeez,
thing
let me
that
move
my brain
my
always goes to. Like, when you press buttons, when you do
Damn.
stuff, what is the response?
Dude, this big dude. Oh my god, that assist is crazy.
And yeah, watching a character, you know, a 3v3 tag fighter with so much gore, that's like the first thing that was like, wow, this is different. This is something I've never seen before.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not
Most fighting games nowadays
combat
you
designer.
don't have the opportunity to create something completely new, right? Most of these fighting games that exist, they're very high in the iterative number of whatever their series is. And if you deviate from that too much, the fan base kind of revolts against you. They're like, dude, that's not my same game that I'm growing up liking. But in this opportunity we have, we can do whatever we want, right?
I think what the FGC is looking for kind of is similar to what other people
Damn.
are looking for. It's just like, give me something new. Give me something I haven't seen before. Especially people that are fans
mad.
of Invincible, they're gonna be like, oh wow, I've never seen
This game
it
looks like it's
before."
been, there's a lot in development already.
I see it
A
all.
lot that's been done.
Every single molecule.
Yeah, I don't like the UI, I don't like using interface.
I'm the narrative director on the project. That means that it's my responsibility to make sure that this game is a kick-ass story, that all the characters sort of like shine through, feel authentic to the Invincible universe.
Cower before
I love this like behind the scenes though, it's pretty sick.
me on a full-blood Viltrumite.
There's a lot of fighting and a lot of matchup that are really cool. It really works as a fighting game, but I think the coolest thing about it is that there's a lot of matchups that never really occurred in the
Damn.
comic or the television show, and you actually get to see those in a fighting game, which is really exciting to me.
Building this game, it was
Whoa.
critical to be authentic to the IP. So when you take a character from the show or for the comic,
I need to watch this.
and
It
you
looks
examine
sick.
their personality, like the way that
I need
they
to watch
move,
this
the way
though.
they react to others.
What's the show saying? You lot think it's good?
What are the opportunities where I can translate that and really amplify it? A lot of times what we'll do is we'll break down scenes. We'll look at like, would they move like that? Does Mark have that ability? Would he do
I need to
that?
watch
How
this
would
now.
he respond to someone if they defeated one of his teammates? How would he introduce himself to someone new that he's never met before? Or someone he's quite familiar with, who he thinks is, you know, downright fucking evil? Sorry for the F-bomb.
One of the things that I found it most challenging in terms of figuring out our characters and environments is how we make them feel.
I hope this game doesn't turn out to be like how
We do want the characters to
what's the
have
game
same
called
sort
again?
of body types, the
Multiverses.
same
What's-
overall proportions, the
Hope
same
this game does
silhouette.
really well.
But then at that point, when you get to that baseline, It's a question of how do I build upon it? How do I add those secondary, tertiary details from the rips in the clothes to the blood stains,
rips in the clothes and blood,
smaller details in the hair and the facial features. We wanted to feel like Mark through and through, and that's exactly why it's exciting, because it's a challenge.
Skybound is a really hands-on company, and it just adds a level of authenticity that I think is kind of unparalleled.
So we're still doing some polish on it, but that's probably gonna be one of the bigger ones that we do. We really wanted to stand out with.
I got the Skybound, and
okay.
I was catching up with Mike Willette, and I just said, what was the happiest time in your career? And he said, working on Killer Instinct, Double Helix Games, making a fighter with the most talented people we know.
I said, hey, Patrick, I want to start another studio. And I want to work on combat, fighting games, things that we love, things that are part of like our DNA.
Okay.
That's my dream. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
We decided to call the studio Quarter Up. It pays homage to an era that we came from, like the arcade era. But it's really a statement that says like we're here and we're up for the challenge. We got next.
Okay.
I've been working with Mike Willette, our EP. I just watched season 1 of Invincible because he had mentioned, maybe you should watch this. And I was like, the characters are there. They're amazing characters. They're characters that are going to really shine in a fight game. And so for us, that was a lot of the hard work is kind of that part had been done already with the IP. Now we just need to make it. And so we started reaching out to everybody.
Essentially, when Mike Willette calls, I pick up the phone. He's a guy that I love working with. I was aware of Invincible. I was like, oh my God, what don't they have? Kaiju, superheroes, monsters, an elephant man. I mean, it's just like throw a rock, you're gonna hit something amazing. So it's good problems to have.
Hey, this show looks sick.
So when Dave and Mike reached out to me,
I've seen this guy before. Who is this guy? Lead combat designer. Bautista. I don't know where he's from, but I've definitely seen him. Like, he must be FGC based.
Oh, really? Like, is that a real thing? And I'm like, I am very much interested. Like, I am super down. Like, I'm in. Let's fucking go. And then that doubled when they told me the project Invincible as a fighting game, and I'm like, oh my God! Because immediately, as soon as they said those words in that sequence, like, I just started thinking of what we could do.
Learning that all the same folks that put together one of the most impossible games, now one of the most well-received fighting games of all time, is working on another fighting game, it's kind of like a dream come true. The crew that put together Killer Instinct, that's now working on Invincible, is pretty much responsible for approaching fighting games with a different perspective, with something that wanted to give agency to players that were on defense and offense, to have you have a level of mind games beyond just what's going on in that one specific moment. They want you to think of what happened before and what happened after a lot. That's actually in this game too. In a 3v3 game, you sort of like can touch the opponent.
I'm gonna say one thing though. I'm gonna be so honest with you, and I don't want people to take it. You lot watching the video and stuff like that. The one thing I feel like I should be in America, man, because I'm seeing all of these great people be able to have hands-on with Invincible versus, and I feel like those opportunities they don't really land in the UK, man, or maybe in Europe sometimes, but these type of opportunities are always in America, bro. And they will just hold like the biggest like creators, fighting game creators and stuff like that. It's just so sick. I would just love to be in that position. Yeah, I think it's sick.
They're toast, man. It's Kaputski for that character. I really dig the fact that there's so much defense and offensive options in this game. But the commitment to having a full 3v3 tag fighter from, a developer that hasn't done that before leads me to hope there's going to be a whole bunch of new concepts and things we haven't seen.
The process of building this team, it's been fun, but it wasn't just getting a bunch of all the old heads back together again. It's finding new blood, people that either are tied to the FGC or hyper talented and really passionate about their work and what they do and about the IP.
Fan art is actually how I got this gig. As an artist, I'm always gravitate towards characters that I find interesting. My relationship with Invincible was pretty much love at first sight, both in terms of the characters, but also just the animated sequences, storytelling, the world, everything just felt super unique. And one of the things I'm most excited about this role is the opportunity to take these established characters that you've seen in the comic and you've seen in the show and find a way to make them feel like an inherent part of the game that we're creating without jeopardizing what made them so great to begin with.
I've been a fan of Invincible since I was, young. Like, not that I'm old now, but...
How long has Invincible been out for?
And I've been reading these comics like since the
Oh,
beginning.
Invincible was a new thing.
And I just know them like the back of my hand. And so there's all these
Oh,
like
raw.
little tidbits and things that I'll pick up on that
2004?
you don't even ever think about. And so a lot of times people are coming
Oh,
to
raw.
me with questions like where Mark can bleed from, like does Mark bruise? How much blood can we have? Like where is that blood coming from? It's usually the orifices. It's always the orifices.
Mark, action. Is that right? I don't know. Never got to do that before. I've done a lot of weird stuff, but not that. How I got involved with Invincible Versus is a pretty crazy story.
Mike here, Dave, also with Dave, and we're going to be doing an FGC first look, very first look.
2024.
With Rip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rip is in the house.
I got invited over to Mike's house, like it wasn't like a studio or something.
Wow.
I go over to his house, I knock on the door, he opens it up, I walk in, they have a TV set up there, and it just says Invincible on. I was like, oh, damn, we're doing Invincible.
Have you seen, dude?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
I saw it super duper early. Like, you have to understand, it did not look anything like it looks now. So originally when I first played it, there was only 2 characters. It was just Mark and Eve, and it was supposed to be a tag fighter, 3-on-3s. And then I remember I went home and I came back for the next test, and I was like, you know, I had this shower thought.
Wow.
Where I was like, you guys are the KI devs. Why don't you guys bring some of KI into a tag fighter? Because that's never been done. So then the next
KI
week, a
devs.
GM from Mike Willett, he's like, this could work. He's like, you should apply.
Dizzle's like which is like so missing in all the T-fighter games in general.
I'll take a sip of water when I goddamn feel like I need to take a sip of water. I don't need you directing me on when I take a sip of I think this is just the biggest and best Invincible game that we've ever done. This is a huge fighting game that has a ton of really complex work being put into it to make it the biggest and best Invincible game ever.
So we're trying to put all of what we got into the game. Every dollar gets spent into making the game better. We love the world that's been created by Robert, Corey, and Ryan. And everyone understands the mission, like what we're trying to do. Like, and just bringing their A game, bringing their talent, like every day. We want this to be a tournament quality game that's played for years and years to come. So the way that we look at it is it has to have compelling systems and gameplay and hype moments. It has to have art that is not just evocative of the IP,
Jeez.
but will stand the test of time on its own. When the FGC gets their hands on the game, what I hope happens is they get a ton of excitement. They get to see familiar faces that they want to dig into. And critically, I hope they go, oh, I want to lab
Tasty
this game.
Steve.
I want to lab this game for
My brother from
That would
America.
make me so happy. It's not just the hype and excitement from like doing big combos or the brutality, but for them to really want to dig into the systems that are there, because I think that's what's going to keep them there for the long haul.
Oh, that was sick. That was sick.
And I don't mean just satisfied or like, oh, that's great. It's like, no, it's got to be fantastic. It's got to blow
Damn.
your socks off.
Whoa. Eee. Ooh. Yeah. Big up, man. Quarter up, big up, man. But yeah, nah, that is Invincible. That game is meant to come out next year. I'm interested to see what's going on with it. Will you be playing it? Let me know in the comment section down below.
Simmer down, simmer now. Couple kicks to your boat, I'm a winner now. Like Eddie with the feet, I'm a killer now. Simmer down, simmer now.